topic that's as thick as the fog it's named after, and yet one that tends to evaporate as soon as we discuss solutions. Now, I must warn you, we're about to dive into a world of fog, fumes, and factoids. So hold your breath as we wade through the hazy skies of air pollution. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished faculty members, and future leaders of our great nation. Smog is not just any old combination of smoke and fog. It's our air's way of saying, hey, I'm choking on pollutants, and you're responsible. And Pakistan, my friends, has been taking this dubious honor quite seriously. Have you ever felt like a futuristic astronaut while stepping out in Lahore during peak smog season? It's like living on Mars, minus the space shuttle, but hey, we're all about innovation, right? Let's just call this terrestrial space exploration. We're trendsetters in ways we never imagined. Alarmingly, the air quality index in some Pakistani cities can rival that of a spaceship's toxic exhaust. No, I mean it, and here's a proper depiction of what I mean. This causes a ton of problems, including the exacerbation of asthma, allergies, eye infections, lung infections, and cardiac diseases, leading to premature death. Speaking of death, did you know that our unbidden guest smog is practically responsible for 128,000 annual deaths just in our country alone? Ah, yes, smog. Nature's way of offering us the express checkout to the afterlife. 4.2 million people a year, you say? Well, I guess we found an unconventional solution to overpopulation. Have a look at this graph. Now, I know what you're all wondering. How is it that this perverted form of fog is responsible for more annual deaths than AIDS, malaria, and tuberculosis combined? Well, it is due to two key components, PM 2.5 and ground level ozone. Now, what exactly is PM 2.5, you might ask? Well, it is fine particulate matter with a diameter of 2.5 micrometers or less. Its sources are many and varied, including vehicle engines, industrial emissions, and wildfires. These particles can deeply penetrate the lungs, even entering the bloodstream to cause a variety of health issues. Ground level ozone, on the other hand, is also not a small player here. Yeah, you heard me right. In fact, as a greenhouse gas, it is 300 times more potent than carbon dioxide, with an estimated radiative forcing effect that is 25% stronger, further aggravating the health issues smog causes. Enough of the science and technical information, and let's talk about the implications of smog when they become achingly personal, especially for our youngsters. At a stage when our youngsters should be filling their lungs with dreams and aspirations, they're unintentionally inhaling particles that can impact their health and their future, with an estimated 93% of kids breathing polluted air. It's a somber reminder that the innocence of childhood is not spared from the clutches of environmental challenges. It's as if the air that we thought was the birthright of every child has been tainted by the complexities of our modern world. This statistic is more than just a number. It's a call to action. Is it not time that we act as the crisis of smog threatens to engulf us all in a haze of health, economic, and environmental disasters. The way forward demands our attention and proactive action, and I believe the round square ideals provide one of the best pathways towards solving this multifaceted challenge. Within the framework of the round square ideal of environmentalism, we confront the grave challenge of smog, a formidable adversary that tests our commitment towards preserving our planet. Smog, a complex amalgamation of harmful pollutants, poses a dire threat to both the human health and the environment. This ideal demands that we acknowledge the urgency of the situation and respond with determination. Environmentalism calls upon us to be responsible stewards of our planet, recognizing that safeguarding it is not a mere option, but an imperative. By addressing the menace of smog head on, we can honor the round square philosophy and create a sustainable future for all of us. Now, let's talk about the so-called reducing solutions of smog. Though I must admit there's a certain charm to the way we tackle smog in Pakistan. It's like watching a magician pull a rabbit out of an empty hat. Our solutions are so elusive that even Sherlock Holmes might give up. But worry not, my dear friends, for the way forward is not a mystery wrapped in a haze. No, it's more like a treasure hunt where the treasure is breathable air. We can start by embracing public transportation, cycling, and let's be honest, why shouldn't we master the art of teleportation? It could be fantastic. Well, realistically speaking, we can harness the power of renewable energy sources and create an environment as clear as crystal. I mean, imagine harnessing the power of the sun and the wind to fuel our electricity needs. This means we could rely on nature's own energy sources. And by doing so, we can kick smog to the curb. These clean energy sources help us breathe easier and offer a bright, sustainable future for the nation. Denmark is an excellent example in this regard. Now, let me introduce the game changer that is none other than public transit. Think of buses, trains, trams, and subways that have the capacity to carry dozens, even hundreds of people at once, replacing the need for multiple individual vehicles. This means less cars on the road, less emissions, and indeed less smog. Imagine a bustling Chinese city, Beijing. It was once notorious for its thick, choking smog due to high levels of vehicular pollution. But then a remarkable change took place. Beijing revolutionized its public transit system, including a comprehensive network of subways and a fleet of electric buses. And guess the results? Significantly reduced levels of smog. Meanwhile, to address the issue of crop burning, why not peek into the efforts of our neighbors? In India, particularly in the states of Punjab and Haryana, the government promoted the use of happy seeder machines, machines that put the seeds directly into the soil. By adopting these sustainable practices and reducing crop residue burning, India has made significant strides in improving its air quality and creating a sustainable environment in its agricultural regions. So, because India is just next door, it won't be so hard to implement similar measures. In fact, I believe as an agro-based nation, this is just the thing needed for us. So, what's the way forward? I'll be honest, I cannot see it clearly, courtesy of the curtain of smog that hangs above the skies of our city. But I do have a vision of what it could be like if the curse of smog was to be eliminated. In fact, my fellows and I saw what it is like when those curtains are drawn back. Take a look yourself for a brief moment. Breathtaking, isn't it? Here are the areas where you can find such freedom. Meanwhile, I hope to find such liberty in these areas. Now, let me be clear. The way forward seems tough, and the situation is critical. The solutions I presented might appear intimidating, and to be fair, they are far from simple. But being an the question is not about the degree of difficulty. Because for us, these daunting challenges are welcomed with our arms wide open and our hearts full of determination. Because for us, adversity matters little. It's the lesson learned at the end of the day that is worth our time. I'm therefore confident that it is we who can take the initiative with a sense of responsibility, commitment, and the nerve to implement change. With this, I thank you all. Hope you all breathe in a healthy way.